Hi guys, Dr. Doug here once again. We're going to talk about chords today. This will be part 3 of this little video series I'm doing. And all the chords I just did in that little cool little fun kind of rhythm solo thing where you're playing rhythm guitar and doing a little bit of cool soloing over the top. I'll show you all those things and maybe a couple more of those. So here we go. First one you got to learn is my favorite chord. You're not going to see this on the internet. I don't think I've seen it one time. This is a 13th chord. So it's a root 6 13th chord. What is it? Remember for my, I don't think I put that up. But a root 6 means that this is the 6th string. Whatever fret is depressed in the 6th string names the note. So we're working in the key of A. So this is an A 13th chord. Very cool chord. Notice how I'm sliding it around. These are not like these open chords here where you can't really slide them around. These are very cool chords. So I'll put a little diagram up to show you the fretting. But here it is anyway. The index finger's on the 6th string, 5th fret. Middle finger is on the 4th string, 5th fret. The 5th string is muted. I'm just rolling my middle finger over so it mutes it. Okay, ring finger's coming down on the 6th fret. We're on the 3rd string. Pinky's coming down on the 7th fret, 2nd string. Okay. So that's my favorite chord. That's a 13th chord. And I don't know if I put my Blues Theory thing up yet or not, but I have it on another channel. I'll link it down there below if I don't do one. But remember, blues is all 1-4-5. A scale is made up of 7 notes. Blues just uses the 1 note, the 4 note, and the 5 note. So what does that mean? In guitar speak, it means that everything is in a little L shape right here. So there's the 1, there's the 4, and there's the 5. And I said in my little video, you have to memorize the strings of the 6th, the notes, the frets, and the notes of the 6th string. You have to know at least that much. It's better if you know the 5th as well. So remember, E is open, F, G, A, B, C, D, and E again. It's called an octave. So this is an A13. Where's the 4 chord? Well, the 4 chord is up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 4. Could have played it here. Where's the 5? All right, go watch my 12-bar blues video. I'll link it below because I don't have time to go into that now. But instead of going way up here, we can use a different chord shape. We can use a 9th chord. Now this is a root 5. Whatever I push down on the 5th string will name the chord. We're playing in the key of A, so we're after the 5, which would be a D. Right? So that's a D. It's a root 5 D9 chord. How's this one look? I'll put it up. I'll put the diagram up above. But the middle finger is going to come down on the 5th fret, 5th string. Index finger is going to be the 4th fret, 4th string. And the ring finger is coming back to the 5th fret, 3rd string. And then you're going to collapse the ring finger so it gets the other strings on the 5th fret as well. So it's mute, the 6th string is muted. Here, let's try it again. Mute. Cool 9th chord, root 5 9th chord. Remember the last lesson we taught you a B9 chord, or no, it's a B7 chord. It's very similar. You could slide that up and play that same form that you already know right here for the 4. So the 1, 4. Whoops, sorry. You could play that 7th chord. Let's see, that would be like this. You can play that up here for the 5. So the 7th chord, so that would be a D7. Or you can just collapse that and play a 9. That's what I was doing in the intro. Very similar. You gotta, if you're gonna play the 7th chord, you have to mute that 2nd string. Okay? So what did we learn? We learned the 13th chord. Put it up there, up below. We learned the 9th chord for the 4. What about for the 5? We just slide it up to the E. It's a root 5 chord. This is an E. Just like this big one. E. 5, 4, 1. Okay? 2 very cool chords. I mean, really, you can play the blues with 1 chord. 4 chord, I go up here. 5 chord, go way up there. Back to the 5. Too much work though. Let's just use our little L pattern, but then we have to use our 2nd chord. 4. There's the 9 chord. Okay, where's the 5? It's up here in the L. Okay, so there's some very cool chords. The 13, the 9 chord, or you can do the 7 chord. I prefer the 9 chord. And that's the same for the 5. What else can we show you? There's the Hideaway Chord. This is another form. This is a 9th chord, but it's a root 0 chord. The root is really here. If you collapse your finger, you say it's a root 1, some people do. Most people say it's a root 0, but it matches the 1. So instead of playing the 13, we can play this root 0 9th chord. This is there's a famous song called Stormy Monday by, I think it was Albert King did that song. And this is the chord he used, the very famous blues chord. So I'll put it up here. Let's learn it. It's like a little kind of a square pushed over a little bit. So the 6th string is muted, 1st string is muted. I'm muting the 1st string. I'm catching a little meat of my index finger there. And the 1st string is double muted. It's muted by my pinky here and my thumb. Okay, so now let's fret it. So we're on the 4th string, we're on the 4th fret with our index finger. Then our middle finger is going to come down 3rd string, 4th fret. So we got so far. Now the ring finger is coming down on the 4th string, 5th fret. And then the pinky's coming down on the 2nd string, 5th fret. So we got mute. Time. Mute. Okay, that's the Stormy Monday chord. It's a 9th chord as well. In the intro, you saw me coming down on the turnaround going. What's the deal with that? Very cool sound, right? So that's a 9th chord, and we're transforming it into a 13th chord. By doing that. So so I put the little picture up here. That's a 13th chord. So it's the same. I mean, we'll do the 5. So middle finger is coming down on the 7th fret, 5th string. Index finger is coming down on the 4th string, 6th fret. Ring finger is, you can collapse it too. Just like before, so we're on the 7th fret, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. So in other words, just play the 9th chord that you just learned. That's the E9. But now, get your pinky and catch the that would be the 9th fret, the 1st and the 2nd string. So you got mute, and then these. Don't want to use too much of that. That's like it's like a fancy spice. Just a little bit of that one. All right, there's a D. There's a D 13th. You could call that a root 5 D13. All right, so that's another cool little deal. Is that all? Then I showed you the Jimi Hendrix chord was in there in this weird turnaround. Remember this thing? Okay, so this chord you don't know yet. This is a root 5. It's like a 9th chord, but you're not playing, you're not collapsing your finger like that. So it's a 7. So that, so the only difference is you're going to add your pinky down here, like in this shape. I'll put it up above. This is a Jimi Hendrix chord. He uses this chord a lot. It's called a root 7 sharp 9 chord. Okay, so what's the fretting up here? So we got middle finger coming down 7th fret, 5th string. Index finger coming down 4th string, 6th fret. Ring finger coming down on the 3rd string, 7th fret. And the pinky coming down on the 2nd string, 8th fret. Little one is muted, big one's muted. Okay, so I was going like this. I was going. So that turnaround I was doing. So you already know the 13th chord. Alternating between them. Okay, let me show you one more. Here's another one Stevie Ray uses in let's see, what's that one that goes? Of course. Uses it for a 5. So this is, I believe, a 7th chord. It's very cool. It's a root 5 as well. So it's like a little triangle here. Ring finger comes down 5th or on the 7th fret, and the middle finger comes down, or 7th fret, 5th string. Middle finger comes down on the 4th string, 6th fret. Pinky comes down on the 3rd string, 7th fret. Little triad, that's called. And then the index finger comes down on the 2nd string, but on the 5th fret. Okay, so that's another 7th chord. I'll put it up there. Let's see. So those are the players. Let's review them. We got a 13th chord. That's a root 6. That's an A13. And we got a root 5, 9th chord. So whatever 5th string's pushing down, that's a D. We got that. We added a 13 to it. So that's a D13. Don't use that too much, remember, just a little bit. And then we got a Jimi Hendrix 7 sharp 9 chord. We can play it right here. Why not play it right here? So that's. Then we got that 7th chord. And what else did I want to teach you? I'm going to teach you the strumming pattern here in a second. So those are great. We went over these chords. I'll throw them up there. These are the open chords. That's a A9, I believe. That's one you can use for the 4. And the 5 is this 7th chord. D7. You learned those last time. You should know. Do we want to get into the major chords? No, this is blues stuff. So let's just keep in these chords. I did do this chord. I did do just a regular 7th, like a major 7th chord. So that's just if you know bar chords yet. So there's your basic A major. And there's the A7. But I just played the top of it, this part. Okay, so let's look at that one. I used it for the 5, didn't I? So let's look at that. So my index finger is barring the 5th on the 5th fret, 1st and 2nd string. And then on the 3rd string, my middle finger is coming down and getting the 3rd string on the 6th fret. My ring finger is coming down, 7th fret, 4th string. Oh, there's a nice major chord. You can call it a root 1. There's the root, or you can bring your thumb over. All right, so that's an A. And then I just put my pinky down. Whoops. So your pinky's coming down on the 2nd string on the 8th fret. So you have this. I muted 6th string, I don't hit. 5th string's muted by the tip of my ring finger there. So that's a nice little kind of transition. So and that was a 1 chord. So I'll show you where I use it. Right there, just to go before you go to the 4. Okay.